Hello everybody, hello again. I forgot my name. Kyle. I'm Ingrid and this is...
I'm Ingrid.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle and Ingrid and welcome back to Pensando Inglés. This is my wife if you don't already know. And today I wanted to make this video to show you guys something that I think is super important in any relationship, okay? So 2 things that a relationship needs. 1, both people need to have their own interests and hobbies and things they like to do, right?
Right.
Because you can't always be together enculada.
Yeah, you need to enjoy yourself too.
So that's super important. But you guys already know what I do. I make my videos. I show you guys everything I enjoy doing, okay? So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the stuff that I've been doing with my wife lately and that we've been enjoying quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
And it's super important to have these interests that you enjoy doing together as well because it brings you closer as a relationship. And when you have something fun to do, you're gonna wanna spend more quality time with that person. So, something funny is I was telling her the idea of the video and she said, okay, let me guess. And she said every single thing that I wanted to talk about in the video. So it's really crazy how connected we are in our brains. Like seriously, it's almost like a psychic connection sometimes, isn't it? No, seriously, I'll have an idea.
He sometimes say like, Amor, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, oh, I know. It is this.
Seriously, guys.
Or he say like, I have an idea. And I'm like, I do too. It is the same.
Always. So I love it. But that's awesome. So anyway, some of the things that we've been doing. I'm going to give you guys a short example of each one of these sections of the things that we've been doing. If any of these topics interest you guys, let me know and we can make a full video about them. But in this one, I'm just going to give you guys some examples and show you a little bit of how we do these things and how and why we enjoy them so much.
Can I say something?
Of course.
And how you say before, like everybody's so different, so this is just what we do, but maybe you guys do something different, something cooler or whatever, but that's just what we do normally.
So she's right, everybody's different. You guys are not going to want to do all these things and we're not going to want to do the things that you guys love to do. But the thing is, find something that you can do with your partner, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, because it's important to spend this quality time together. So whatever you guys enjoy doing, make that little bit of time to do it. I know that I feel a lot better about our relationship when we do these things together.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so what was the first one that you thought I would want to talk about?
Yoga and breathing.
Okay, so we've been doing a lot of yoga and breathing exercises together. And, we've taught each other a lot about this. I've definitely taught her more about breathing, but she has taught me a lot about yoga. She's taught me a lot of positions, and she actually started doing yoga before I did. So yoga and breathing is excellent. It makes your body feel so much better, but it's just super fun to do it together as well. So I want to show you guys a couple little examples of the things that we do and show you how you could do these as a couple, because I think there's actually some cool things we do together in yoga and with the breathing. So first of all, let's start with a little bit of breathing, okay? So when we do our breathing, we usually start, I'll say, let's just do 10 deep breaths. So, okay, we'll do that 10 times. That's how we start. And then there's several different techniques that we do, but alternate nostril. You do this with your hand. This is the traditional yogi way to do it. You block one nostril and then look at my well-trained wife. Oh, I love seeing my baby do things I taught her. So that's another one. And then we do one that is called bee breathing. I call them abejas. So it's called bee breathing because you take a deep breath in. And you don't push it out. You don't exhale. You just hum, making the sound
Kind of funny.
of a bee. Okay? And as you make that noise, that humming, the air
Your nose.
slowly comes out of your nose. Guys, if you want to do this with your kids, Connor loves this, and I tell him to use his wings. So, so when we're doing bee breathing with your kids, you could do this. Okay, kids love it. I did all kinds of silly stuff with Connor to make him breathe, and he didn't even realize that he was calming down and being healthy. So the bee breathing is one we do, and then the last one that she does not like is called bellow breathing. So
I like it, but sometimes just like too much push in my stomach. Like
okay. So with this one, you're not breathing in. You're not breathing in. You're only pushing out. And you do that, usually I do it about 30 times. And your body naturally brings a little bit in each time, but you're mostly pushing it out. You're trying to get all that carbon monoxide out, okay? That one's one of my favorites. So those are basically the breathing that we do. As far as yoga, there's certain positions.
Holding our breath.
Oh, I love
like
that
that
too.
one.
Yeah. So that's part of Wim Hof breathing. After you do deep breaths in for about 30 breaths in, you push it all out, and then you hold. And after doing that deep breathing, you can hold your breath longer than you ever thought you could. I've held my breath for over 2 minutes doing that.
Like even if you can do it like at the first time, it feels just great. You know, like after that, your body feels like so relaxing. It is, it is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So as far as yoga, we do different things. I really like to do a squat like this. She does a bunch of different
I like
poses.
that too. It's like
This one's really good because her hips give her a lot of trouble.
also it's sometimes difficult to
My
do.
back gives me trouble, so I really like to do this one.
Oh yeah, that's really good. How is it?
Put one leg over. Yeah. And switch. Now, yoga is super cool because one, it's just so good for your body. You're gonna feel better, but it's something really fun to do with your partner because it's peaceful and really enjoyable, and you're gonna feel better. But when you're doing something that makes you feel better, your brain is naturally going to develop more feelings and attraction to the person you're doing it with, because your brain's gonna think, oh, hey, when I do this thing that makes me feel good, I'm with this person. So it's like making positive connections in your brain. One cool thing that we do that I really love, let me show you. And this one is like a couples thing. I've never seen anybody do this, but
The leg.
yeah. But I just started doing this one day.
You can see.
So this stretches out your hamstrings, which is the back of your legs, and I'll pull her in. Take deep breaths, take about 3 deep breaths. Okay, you pull me. And I pull her, just a little quick one. Pull me. So that's just a little technique that we kind of developed together. And I think that one's really cool because we're actually using each other's bodies to make ourselves healthier and feel better. I really like that one too. All right, that's just a tiny little view of yoga, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of what we do. We kind of usually do about 20 minutes maybe of different stretches, all the different body parts. And we like to do that one together, but it's doing yoga with a partner is good too, because maybe I'm not having a good day where I could think about what pose to do next. I could look over and see what she's doing and I'll do that one, or she looks over and sees what I'm doing, she'll try that out.
Yeah, sometimes we do the sadly positions at the same time, but sometimes we just do how we feel better. Yeah.
Because everybody's body is different, and the parts that she really needs extra attention on, my hips are really good from jiu-jitsu. Her hips are tight. My back needs a lot of work. She doesn't need that one as much. So we really both need to focus on different things.
Yeah.
But doing it together is still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is super important, and I think it's one of the best things you can do for a marriage, and that is praying together and reading the Bible together. Not everybody is religious. I completely understand that, and I'll talk to you guys maybe who are not religious in a minute about things that you could do. But as far as reading the Bible and praying together, we give gratitude for the good things we already have, and then we try to give positive attention to the things we want. Is there anything you want to add about how we pray?
No, I mean, you say it.
And that's a super personal thing, so I don't want to do that right now.
Everybody do it different. It's just like how you feel better doing it.
Okay, so how we read the Bible together is actually really cool. Do you have the app? So usually, I have an English Bible, she has a Spanish Bible. Usually we use our paper Bibles, but we have these apps that are really cool too. So let's go to Proverbs. And I'm choosing Proverbs because my boy Steven asked me the other day if I could recommend him a good part of the Bible to read. And I told him I think Proverbs is a very important part. So let's just start Proverbs 1. So she reads the Spanish Bible, I read the English Bible, but it's really cool because I read a line, then she reads one. So she gets to hear it in English, I get to hear it in Spanish. So we start like this. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel.
Para entender sabiduría y doctrina y conocer razones prudentes.
Receive instruction in wise dealing, righteousness, justice, and equity.
Para dar sagacidad a los incautos e inteligencia y cordura a los jóvenes.
The wise man also may hear and increase in learning, and the man of understanding acquires skill.
El principio de la sabiduría es el temor al Señor. Los necios desprecian la sabiduría y la enseñanza.
Okay. So that's how we do it. We go back and forth like that. And if it's a really important part, we like to, instead of I read 1, she reads 2, I read 3, she reads 4, I'll read 1, and then she reads 1. That way we both get to hear the whole thing in English and Spanish, because there's some parts that sound so much better in English, and there's some parts that sound so much better in Spanish.
Yeah, right.
Like what fe sin obras está muerto.
Yeah.
I love how that sounds in Spanish, but there's been
sin obras es muerto, something like that.
So some parts are better in English, some are better in Spanish. So if it's a really important part, we'll both read the whole thing. Why do you like reading the Bible together so much?
Why? Why are you asking me?
Yeah, why? What do you like about reading the
Because
Bible
we
together?
can, sometimes if I don't understand like something, or we can just discuss about what do you think that means, or like try together to understand what it's saying, and sometimes you can understand something different than me. So I think it's something really good, and it's like doing exercise, like you can do it yoga, you can be doing yoga by yourself, but I think it's good with a group or with your partner. Yeah.
Okay. I agree. And also, the Bible, whether you are religious or not, is a book of wisdom. And I love to learn with my wife. I think as we learn together, we grow together spiritually, emotionally, and it just in learning new things that brings us closer together. And if I always want to be learning, I want her to be learning too. And if we could learn together, that's great. So I said I would mention something for those of you guys who are not religious, and I would recommend reading great books together to learn, and then you can discuss them together, and you're in the same way growing intellectually. And it's important to be able to have deep conversations about important and interesting things like that.
We read a couple books, like you did it before and then I did it, but it was like at the same time.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Even if we have read several of the same books, and I love that because we can talk about it. But if I read something and she's not going to read it, I still make sure that I tell her all the information I learned, because I want our brains to be on the same level. And she's reading a book now that I haven't read, and she shares with me, so I really like us to share what we both know. And even if she's going to learn some things that I don't know, I think that's perfect, because now we're a team, so two brains can be one. And if we fill this brain up with all kinds of useful information, and you guys know I fill mine up all the time, that's going to be two smart, strong people working together, and that's incredible. And as far as prayer, if you guys are not religious, meditation and positive thinking is that's what prayer is anyway. So if it just creeps you out because you're not religious to call it prayer, it's still important to put some meditation and positive thinking in your relationship. Visualize together the things that are important to you guys and the things you want in your future, because everything in this entire world started out as an idea in somebody's mind. So if you can't make that idea, you can't visualize it, you'll never see it in real life.
Okay guys, that's why I love him so much.
Alright guys, the last thing that I wanted to show you, I love you too, baby, so much. The last thing I wanted to show you guys that we train, or that we do together a little bit lately, has been jiu-jitsu and boxing. So
I don't have time for my hair.
I love showing her these things. Sometimes I go a little bit too much and she gets mad at me.
Too much.
So, can I show a little bit of jiu-jitsu? Okay. So, just some super simple things for jiu-jitsu. Take their back. This is called a rear naked choke.
Can't do anything.
And then if they could fight your hands, so if someone's choking you, try and take their hands, but then you do something like this. So a very good martial artist once told me that a jiu-jitsu match against a good jiu-jitsu guy should feel like you're fighting an octopus.
Wow.
So there's so many cool things you can do when you're doing jiu-jitsu. You go for the choke here. If the choke's not working, you take the arm. Then you just go for the arm. So that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu, is there's always options. And the other thing we've been doing, boxing. So what I told her yesterday is sparring is practicing to fight with somebody who you don't want to hurt. Now, some people spar really hard, and that's good to get ready for a fight. But if you're just trying to spar with your friend or trying to show somebody the basics, just touch. Super soft, and you're working on your timing. And nobody has to get hurt, but it's a super fun workout, and you're practicing your skills, working your cardio. Ooh, she almost got me. Now I have to teach her. This is super fun, guys. If you could do this with your girlfriend. Oh, I told her, if the head's not working, go to the body. This is an excellent way to have some fun and work out.
That's very like, that's more the running like 2 miles.
You get a good workout doing this, guys.
Okay.
She's getting good.
Okay, no.
Alright guys, so that was just a little look into our relationship, some of the fun things that we do together. I just thought it would be a cool idea to show you guys a little bit of things that my wife and I do for fun, but also to spend quality time together. And obviously another thing we do is we make these videos. She helps me all the time and I absolutely love it. Alright guys, como siempre, muchísimas gracias por ver. Nos vemos pronto.